Meantime, a new poll shows Donald Trump holding on to his commanding lead and his top challenger in the Hawkeye state taking a shot at the media.
The media loves to set expectations. My expectation for myself is to come out strong in Iowa, to come out strong in New Hampshire, to come out strong in South Carolina. I think we're going to really make a big showing.
Jim Geraghty and Mark Penn. We thought we might have lost Mark Penn, but here he is. It's great to have you both. Jim Geraghty, of course, with National Review. He has been in Iowa. Let's just start with the weather. Jim, you're on the ground. I'm just wondering if the rest of us here are sounding like a bunch of pansies. Like, come on, can't you just get out there and deal with it? But is it more significant than that? Because Janice was pointing out these are actually dangerous temperatures.
Dana, don't let this happy, sunny backdrop behind me fool you. This should be a white blank slate because it's not quite whiteout positions situation out there, but it's really cold. Janice laid it out for you. The roads were treacherous getting over here. Thank God I had a local guy driving me. This is going to affect turnout. It may not be dramatic, but I look back, but the last time Republicans had a competitive Iowa caucus in 2016, about 26% of the turnout was people aged 65 and older. I wouldn't want my parents driving out in weather like this. I wouldn't want people, senior citizens going out that cold. So it wouldn't be surprising if you have turnout lower than last time. You saw DeSantis saying that he thinks his organization is probably going to help. And I've been told by local Republicans, yeah, he'll probably outperform his final poll numbers. But as you just saw in that, Suffolk poll, that's he's got a lot of ground to make up. Donald Trump is still way ahead, and you want to be as close a second place as you can to keep your campaign viable.
Mark, yesterday, Ron DeSantis said he wants to be the underdog. He's glad to be in that position. And I understand why he would say that, because he certainly is.
Yeah, I mean, no question there that he is the underdog. Look, this weather thing is one of the big reasons that really caucuses are not an ideal process, because you can't mail in your vote. You can't really deal with the weather. Look, my last recollection of being at a caucus was it was freezing cold. So these voters in Iowa know how to deal with the cold. And these older people who are most affected by the cold are also those who are most determined to show up at the poll. A lot of young people, are a lot easier to dissuade than to showing up than older entrenched voters.
And Jim, since you've been on the ground there, what do you think about Trump's lead? It has been commanding and enduring, and if he were to get over 50%, he would be the first Republican ever to do that.
Yeah, I mean, look, Nikki Haley can at least say, hey, this is a nice state for me, but it's not a must win. I'm putting most of my eggs in the New Hampshire basket, and the polling for her has looked better. Still behind Trump, but at least closer, lately. Here in Iowa, if you're Ron DeSantis, if you don't do well here, and I don't think anybody thinks DeSantis is going to outright win, but he's going to be second place. The question is it a close second or a distant second? Or if he finishes third, I think he's really in trouble. Where do you go? New Hampshire is not his state. Both Haley and DeSantis are trailing in South Carolina. Now, we haven't had a really recent poll down there in a while. But even in his home state of Florida, Trump is well ahead. So if you're DeSantis, you're kind of in this spot of, if you don't win or at least perform well here, where will you? And that's a tough question for him in his campaign.
Mark, a last word to you, maybe even on the demographics, as you see a political realignment happening. But there's also the age factor and evangelicals. You have the fact that you have very, very strong Republicans, or you have maybe like the Chamber of Commerce type Republicans, and everybody's scrambling at the last minute to try to get those votes.
Look, Iowa is not a typical Republican state. It is more conservative than most Republican states, far more conservative than New Hampshire. It generally does not predict who is the Republican nominee if you go back over the winners over the last 2 decades. And what you're really going to see here is how big will the lead be for Donald Trump? Will he be able to chest beat? And will Nikki Haley come in second or not? If she does, it puts her in a much better position going into New Hampshire.
All right. Well, we are going to pay attention to the weather and all the other forecasts to come, especially on the voting. Mark and Jim, thank you.
Well done, fellas.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.